Rachel.
And I'm Liv. And this is Shoes Off, Mics On, where we talk about our journey from being athletes to coaches in the all-star cheer world.
Today we're just going to kind of talk about us.
Who we are. Our journey in the cheer world.
Background in cheer. And why we're here chatting about cheer.
Yeah.
What's our first
Oh my gosh, disclaimer.
Oh.
If we sometimes throw in an accent.
We have an addiction to these strange country
we
accents.
Do. Our team started it last year.
Yeah.
And it just stuck.
Stop.
It comes
addicting, out. And we're going to try our very hardest not to speak like
this, though.
Right.
We're definitely going to try.
So our first topic is going to be...
I just forgot.
Our all-star cheer journey and what led us to coaching.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started all-star cheerleading when I think I was 6 years old. I'm 23 now, so that was a long time ago. But I lived in Washington State at the time.
Whoa,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I started, it was a really tiny gym. It was like part of a gymnastics gym. It was called Metro Elite. And at that time, an open team was like a team for all ages. So I was like 6 years old on a team with an 18-year-old. And yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Right.
I don't remember a lot of it. I remember I did a thigh stand at one point. But I was like, what is a 6-year-old going to do with a team of 18-year-olds? Nothing at all. And then I moved to another gym called Northwest Extreme. And I was there for, I think, 2 years. And that's where I kind of like actually got into it and learned a lot of things. I was a base. I did a little bit of flying there, but not too much. And learned how to start my tumbling. I think I got my back handsprings before I got my back walkovers. Like, that was my journey. And then, after 2 years, we moved back to California. And we moved to Santa Rosa, and my mom had asked one of my coaches there if she knew of, like, any gyms down in California. And I guess my coach there said, like, Fierce Cheer Elite. Mm-hmm. And so my mom, like, got in touch with the owner at the time and set up a tryout. And I tried out, and I made the junior 2, because I think there was, like, a mini 1, a junior 2, a senior 1, a senior 3 at the time. I don't remember all the levels, but I was too old for the mini. And I was on, Jaden was my coach. And
he was your first coach at Fierce?
He was my first coach at Fierce.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little junior too. I don't remember a lot of it. That's where kind of I flew a little bit more. And then I kind of like tumbled around. I didn't base that year. Then after that, I was on a youth 2 and a senior 2. I like crossed over. That was fun. Jaden was also my coach there. Then I was on a junior 1 and senior 2. In between the time I kind of was like working on my tumbling. I got like my tuck and stuff. And yeah, I was on that junior 1. That junior 1 was the first year that Fierce went to Summit. And it was before D2 was a thing. So, like, we literally went and, like, compete against, like, Stingrays and Athletics and stuff. Yeah, there was no D1, D2. It was literally just, like, everybody was on the same playing field. Yeah. And it was fun. We had a wild card bid, and we made it to, back in the day, you had to make it from wild card to semifinals, and then you had to win wild card to make it to semifinals. Mm-hmm. Then you had to make top 10 at semifinals, and then you can make it to finals. And we made it all the way to finals, so that was fun. Jaden was also my coach there. Then after that, I made my senior 3, and then Ramon was my coach. And then I was on senior 3 for like probably like 3 or 4 years. I was pretty consistent like on that team. My flying journey also has now ended, obviously by this time. I was base, and then we had our senior 3. That was fun. We had a 4.2. Did that at one point. That was a fun year. We weren't very good, but I mean we weren't bad.
4.2 is an interesting division though.
Yeah, it was fun.
I feel like most kids they get on 4.2 because they're level 2, and they said they now have to learn to stunt level 4 rather than like having level 4 athletes On a 4.2?
Yeah, but it was kind of crazy because we were 4.2 and we had not hit all season. We literally had not hit 0 one time that season. And we went to Summit, and the first time we ever hit was Summit day 1, and we were in first on day 1. And day 2 we dropped to 4th because we had a bobble, but it was still a cool experience. And then
still top 10.
Yeah. Then 2019 I was on senior 3, and then we decided to do an open 4 that was like Ramon and Jaden and Quee, and like everyone was on it, and we were called Rain, and it was fun. It was cool being on like the adult team and like actually cheering with my coaches, but it definitely was like, it was hard because it's hard to be on a team with like all coaches and stuff. Jen was our coach, and then so I did Rain for another year after that, and then my senior year of cheerleading, COVID hit, and so my cheer career as an athlete like stopped right then and there, and I kind of was like, well, I want to stay in cheer. Like I'm not done with cheer. So the year prior, I had like done some junior coaching with Jaden, and then I was gonna coach again, and Jen gave me tiny tiaras, and I loved them. They were so cute. But then me and Miley moved on to coaching Youth 1 that year, Lady Airs, where it was like still pretty high in COVID, and like that was the year of like the virtual comps and the Reno comp. So it was like it was like an interesting start to my coaching career, but it was fun. Then after that, I went to coach Junior 1, and went to finals at Summit. That was my first time going to Summit as a coach, and we made it to finals. That was cool. And then after Junior 1, I got Youth 1, and I had Youth 1 for 2 years. And then this last year, I had Youth 2 with Rachel. That's where we started. And then this year, again, I'm coaching Youth 2, Junior 3, and I'm also like helping and assisting with the Youth 1. So
3 teams.
3 teams. My coaching journey is not near coming to a close, and I think I definitely enjoy coaching more than I enjoyed being an athlete. I think there's different like elements to it, but I think I was like coached by Jaden and Ramon and Jen and everything, and I think that like inspired me to be like, these people were here for me so many times, and like made such an impact on my life, like more than I ever got in school and like outside of cheer. So I was like, that's what I have to do. So that's my journey, and it's been a long time.
My journey is not nearly as interesting. It's actually quite short. I've only ever cheered in like Santa Rosa, Sonoma County. My first cheer team was I Fly. It's a little group. And I only started cheer because there was a friend that I had in elementary school. We went to school together, and she was like, oh, my mom's starting a cheer team. And I was like, what is that? And she was like, I don't know, she said something. And then I went home and I told my mom, I'm like, yeah, my mom's friend is, or my friend's mom is starting a cheer team. And she was like, where are you practicing? And I was like, oh, I don't know, like in their living room or something. And then my mom was like, you're not going to some girl's living room to do cheerleading. That's insane. So reached out to her mom. They had like an actual gym and like an actual facility. So started there when I was 6 or 7 years old. No, I think I was 7 or 8. And I was on a senior 2 and like a junior 1. I think they only had 2 teams, and I think I was on both teams. And then I was there for like 4 or 5 seasons.
Oh my gosh, like you were there for a long time.
I was there, so we had a facility in Roner Park. Oh my gosh, it was so long ago. I don't even remember. I think our first facility was in like on like industrial, like those like little like, I think like in the little warehouses, and then we moved to.
Your cat's eating our cookies.
Oh my god. Hold on.
For those that can't see off camera, Her cat just started eating our cookies that we made.
Okay, I was so silly. Anyways, so yeah, then we moved to like we just like rented a space in the memorial building, and we would roll out mats.
Like by the fairgrounds?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And we would roll out mats like this was like the downward
Spiral
of this like whole program, like the last 2 years. And then it got to a point where I was just like, yeah, I'm just like done. And then I went to NBE after that, and that was a coach from iFly had started coaching over there, and she like DM'd me on Instagram or something and was like, oh, you should come over here. So I went over there, and I was at NBE until I came to Fear, so 13, 14, 15, 16, maybe like 4 or 5 more seasons at NBE. And I was on like a bajillion teams over there.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a senior 2. I think actually I was only on the senior teams at that point. I think I had pretty much aged out of junior.
Yeah.
I was like 13. Senior 2, we had 4.2. There was a world's team at one point, which was...
There was a world's team.
Crazy experience.
That could be a whole episode in
I
itself.
could talk for hours just about that experience, but I'll save you guys from that.
That's
right
the next
now.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of senior 2s, we were 5, and then we were 6, and then we were 4.2. It was like all in one season. It was crazy. Yeah, so I was there for like 5 years, and then so then that program shut down during COVID because they just like couldn't afford to stay open.
Yeah.
I assume no athletes. I took the next season, the first year of COVID, I took off of cheer. And then the next year I went to Fierce, and I was at Fierce. I competed 3 years, not 4. I think only 3 years I competed. And I was on senior 2 the first year, and then senior 3 the next 2 years. I hate tumbling. I'm just going to start with that. I've never been good at it, so I pretty much just flew my entire life, which was fun. Had a great time. Yeah, so then after 3 years of doing that, I just like, I don't know, I feel like when something's in your life for so long, you can't imagine not having it in your life. So I was like, well, I guess I'm coaching now, because I aged out. I super seniored, and that was
They called
crazy.
her grandma.
They called me grandma. They called me Mima, actually. Was my official
Mima.
term. Because I was 19, and there was like, who was probably the youngest? There's probably someone who was like 14.
Yeah.
I don't know if the young, like
13, I think 14.
14, something like that. So it was just like, it was crazy. But on all my first teams, I was always, because it was like there was no rules on like the ages.
No.
So it's like I was like 8, and I was cheering with like 18, 19-year-olds. And then the world's team was crazy because I was, now, not everyone is built for cheer. I'm just going to start with that.
We're just going to put that out there.
Yeah, not everyone is built for it. Your body does give up at some point. But I was probably 14, 15 cheering on this team with like kids' parents. So like 30s. Like I would hate to reach into the 40s, but like potentially grasping the 40 range. Crazy.
That's why.
But yeah. Then I started coaching, and last year was my first year with like an actual team and Liv, and that year was like my like mentoring year, I would say. Like I was just like it was learning. I mean, yes, I was like obviously a coach, but I feel like I was just like learning more. I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, and then this year we're coaching again together.
Yay.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's not too exciting, but there's some interesting things in there.
I know.
For sure. Some deep dives. NBE is like a whole nother deep dive.
That could be a whole episode. I think
so could iFly, honestly.
Yeah.
But iFly was so little, I don't remember half of the like.
I think it's so interesting because cheer in Sonoma County is so small compared to like Texas and New Jersey and the Carolinas, and like we literally have like 3 gyms. No, we have 2 now, like within driving range of like in 30 minutes of each other. The closest other gyms you could go to are like hour and a half, 2 hours away. Like, you have
Yeah.
you either cheer here or you
you
drive
commute.
like super far, and it's like not everyone can make that commute, and
Yeah.
it's crazy how small it is. And then you hear in Texas there's a gym like around every freaking corner.
Yeah.
And it's like here I'm like there's 2 of us, and
Yeah.
it's like
In
so
the middle of
small.
nowhere. Yeah. Well, it was crazy too, because like coming to Fierce, I'd be like, oh, like you'd see someone and they'd be like, oh, you're a friend of so and so. Like, how do you know them? And they would always be through like a Pop Warner team.
Yes.
Which is crazy because I never did that.
Yes.
I never did sideline.
Me neither.
I did high school cheer for 1 month, maybe 2, and then I quit. So it just like really wasn't for me. But it's like a lot of people, that's how they start.
Yeah.
And so I feel like especially here we have like 4 different.
Well, back in the day there was a lot.
Yeah.
There was Airborne, there was iFly, there was Fierce, there was Cheer Gyms, had a Petaluma location. There was SWAT for a second. North Bay, there was one called like Glorious. Like there were a lot more. That's another thing. Our freaking half our community lives in the same apartment complex as us.
Yeah, which is crazy because we don't live close to the gym.
No.
We live like with traffic.
30
if
minutes.
you don't take the left lane, it will probably take you 30 minutes.
Yeah, and if you get off the freeway, 45 minutes.
Yeah, don't ever get off the freeway.
Our next topic is why did you become a coach?
I feel like I kind of already went into that slightly. I didn't really. My like number one reason was, I feel like, how old am I? I'm 21. So I graduated high school when I was 17, 18. And after, they ask you all the questions, like, what do you want to do? When do you want to go to college? Blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, cheerleading was the only thing only hobby I had, only activity I did.
Yeah.
Only form of, friends I had.
Yeah.
I had school friends, but, I had explored no other routes of interest.
No.
And I was like, what do you mean I have to, is there a college for cheerleading? Like, what do I do now? And then I stayed another year to compete, and then after that I was like, it's stalled. It gave me a year to think, and then I thought of nothing. So then I was like, coaching. It's my calling, it must be.
Yeah. I think mine, I kind of touched on it, that I just I saw what Jaden and Jen did for us, and then I saw through our generation of the cheer celebrities and stuff, they were starting to become coaches. I was like, oh, that's something you I don't know where I thought our coaches came from, but I was what's nice about Fierce too is I think almost every single coach except for one actually cheered at Fierce. We actually competed with Fierce and cheered at Fierce. We didn't just hire on and walk in, which is fine too, but we all were trained by each other or by someone, and I think that makes us very close and very similar in how we think and what we do. I think I kind of just same thing, everyone was like, oh, what are you gonna do after high school? I was like, I'm gonna cheer. And they're like, well, what if you can't compete? I'm like, I'm going to be in the cheer world. I don't care how I get there, but I'm gonna be there. And
leaving being so involved in something like that, and then just cutting it all off, how do you do
I could not imagine having my nights to myself and the week missing Palm Springs and
or scrolling on your phone and not having a single cheered video.
I know. Or
just be...
cheer Twitter drama, no matter how stupid it is. I'm always what are they saying? Yeah. I think it was kind of just a given.
Yeah.
I think that's how a lot of people are. It's kind of just
or experiences they had with their coaches.
Right.
Either they want to coach because of their coach, or they want to coach because
they want to make a difference and be better.
They want to be different than how they were coached.
Yeah, which I've seen before, and it's definitely, it's happened, so. Biggest lesson you learned as an athlete versus as a coach? That's a good one. Biggest lesson.
Okay, I have one.
You go.
I don't really know if this answers the question, but I feel as a coach, you have to communicate. To parents, to coaches, to your kids, and you have to learn how to effectively communicate. But as an athlete, there's you communicate with your team, but there's it's limited communication with coaches and with parents. You don't have to it's honestly better if you don't talk at practice.
Yeah.
Just be quiet and just do your job. And so I feel like that's like the kind of the vibe that when I was an athlete, I was just like kind of like quiet and like very kept to myself, and I had my close friends, but like I didn't really like, I wasn't besties with everyone, and my coaches, like, I don't know, it was like rare when I just like started like yapping to my coaches. And I definitely didn't talk to anyone's parents unless they were my friends. But as a coach, like I had to like learn, and I'm still learning because I still am terrible at speaking to like people, but you have to communicate to like everyone, and it's I mean, it was a hard shift last year.
Yeah.
Especially.
I think as a coach, my biggest lesson has been you cannot coach every single kid the same. Because like some kids you can be a lot harder and be like, come on, like you need to get it together, like let's go, like you're way better than this. And then there's some kids you kind of have to be like, it's okay, you got this. Like every kid is different. You have to accept every kid for who they are. And like I've learned a lot of like about like people and like how much of an impact you make on a kid's life, like whether you think it or not, like you are making the biggest impact on these kids' lives, and like they're gonna take so much more away from this than anything they're gonna do. Like they're gonna remember working as a team, they're gonna remember that team bonding they went to where they had to go to like an escape room and something, like they're gonna remember all the little things. Like our kids last year, we always told them like be intentional, and like you are capable, and like we weren't even just talking about cheer, like be intentional with everything you like do in life, in
and outside of cheer.
Yes, and I think that's a big lesson, is that we're teaching them things about life and about being good humans and stuff. We're not just teaching them how to do back handspring and back tuck. So
which I feel like when we were competing, it wasn't like, it kind of came with it, like it wasn't so much a big deal, I think, back then, of like making sure like these things were being applied in and outside of cheer. But I think it was subconsciously like teaching us these things. We just like unfortunately really didn't know this until we were like older, the things that it taught us. But
I'm trying to think of like what I learned as an athlete, like my biggest lesson as an athlete, I guess, honestly, and it's like kind of cheesy, but like just like working as a team and like working with other people and not just like doing something on your own or for yourself. Like everything you did in a routine affected somebody else. And like I kind of took that with me in life. It's like everything I'm doing can affect the person behind me, can affect the person next to me. Exactly. So it was like, I think that was a big lesson to learn, that like on and off the mat, like what we are doing as people can affect other people. So like don't just do something because you feel like it. Like think it through. Am I gonna like hurt someone if I say that, or am I gonna make the wrong decision at work? Like just thinking more about like as a group, as a team, as a community, what you're doing. I think that was probably my biggest. Because like I think when I was little, I was just like, oh, this is fun, I get to wear a sparkly uniform and like be thrown in the air and do tumbling and stuff. And then like as I got older, I was like, oh my god, I have to go to practice, but like this girl on my team is having such a hard day, like I need to be there for her. Like
I don't know if there's anything specifically I learned as an athlete. I mean, I'm sure there's hundreds of things, but
I think a lot of it carries over into your coaching.
I've had a handful of coaches. I'm going to do this without an accent. I've had a handful of coaches in my lifetime that have not been so kind. And I think that I try my best to, like, do the very opposite. Like, it's almost like if your parent, like, if you, like, when you grow up and you're like, oh, my parents parented me this way, and you have kids and you're like, I don't want to parent them that way. Like, it's like that kind of thing. Like, I don't want to coach my kids the way that I was coached by certain coaches. Not that the rules in the system we have today would allow me to coach that way.
Yes, that's correct.
But I think just, I don't know, thinking back on things that maybe happened when I was an athlete and just, like, not doing that.
Yeah.
And perhaps steering far left of that.
Yeah, I think it's changed so much too, of like what's okay and what's not.
And like regulations and like policies in place, and like safe sports like a thing. Thank God. Crazy to think that like there wasn't at one time.
I know. It was just like sign up for cheer, get what you get. Don't throw a fit.
It's like the thing Jen was talking about with the privates.
Yes.
Like, we thought we could just, like, do privates.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's actual rules.
Yeah. There's rules for everything.
Yeah.
What made you want to start this podcast together?
Well, me and Liv love to go to Bees on the Ave and BJ's. And we love to yap about cheer.
Right.
All day long, at all hours. It is
Yep.
the only thing on our brains.
Always.
99% of brain space has been taken up by cheerleading.
We have like full-time jobs, like 9 to 5s that we work every single day, and we will still be talking about cheer.
The whole time I'm at work, all I think about is cheer.
Yeah. Like, oh, what can we do at practice today?
Yeah.
Oh, well, how can we upgrade this style?
Yeah.
Like, I'm always just like...
Correct. So...
I think we just wanted a space where we could just like yap about it and like...
And if people, I mean, other people can, I feel like there's not, at least that I am aware of, there's not too many other podcasts or like things about cheerleading out there. And it's a very small community.
It is. It's like very small, but it's also very big. Mm-hmm. And like, I think...
Underground.
Yes.
We're an underground sport.
We are. And I think also we wanted to be kind of a voice for like the smaller D2 gym side of it, that like we're here, like we're trying.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, we just wanted a place where we could just yap about cheer and like have fun and like talk about like our experiences and being in it so long and watching it grow. Mm-hmm. I think because there's a lot of people that like were in it and like are not anymore and like full on have like families and kids and stuff, and like they'll still comment on like our cheer Instagram stuff like, I miss it every day. Yeah. I wish I could go back. And I feel like it's like,
it's a big part of a lot of everyone that's in the community. It's a big part of their lives, but it's like, it's never like, it can't always be the main focus in their life,
which is crazy.
And I want it to be my main focus.
Me too.
Forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, I think we just wanted a space where we could like talk about it and like make it more than just us sitting down yapping about it to ourselves, like listen to other people's opinions, because maybe there's people that disagree with us and like they have a different opinion, and that's okay. And like just talk about it,
learn things that we maybe didn't as a teacher, things that we may not know that these bigger programs do know, or
like we just went to the USASF like national conference last week, and I literally walked out of there being like, this is my destiny. I am meant to be in cheerleading. I am meant to stay here the rest of my life. I'm not going anywhere. Like, I was listening to the Rosarios. They own Top Gun. And I was just listening to them, and I was like, you are so smart. Like, the things you're thinking of and, like, what you're doing for the community is so smart. And it's just, like, I want to be able to do that one day. Like, everyone starts somewhere. And, like, we're just sitting here on this couch. Yeah. Like, everyone starts somewhere.
Might as well record what we yap about.
Yeah. Oh.
We have a kitty cat.
There's going to be cats sometimes.
Oh, you're just probably going to see his tail. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, well.
That's Dexter.
Okay, what's next? What is this podcast about?
This podcast is about cheerleading and all things cheerleading and more cheerleading.
And more cheerleading. I think it's also a podcast of, like, something we wish we had when we were athletes. Yes. Like, we get to, like...
Yes, if I could listen to something that I actually truly relate to. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I never... I mean, there's some things that I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I never, like, listen to a full podcast and fully relate or fully understand everything that they're talking about.
Yes.
Because 90% of my brain is focused on cheer and not on, like, other life things.
Oh.
So I think that if maybe anyone, or even if they're not even into cheerleading, if they just want to like listen to something new, want to learn something new. I
think it's fun to have a podcast for like parents, athletes, coaches, outsiders, like who are just curious about it, like just yap. Like
this lady I knew from work, and every time her name is Pat.
If you're out there,
love and miss Pat with my whole heart. But she would come into work, and we would talk for literally an hour and a half every Monday and Friday. And all she would ask me about is cheer. And she was probably like 85, maybe. And she was just so fascinated with learning. She had no idea what cheerleading was. No idea, like, the competitive cheerleading side at all. And she was just so fascinated and wanted to learn more. And she would go home after we would talk about cheer for like an hour and a half. And she would go, like, Google everything about cheer. and she would like learn a whole bunch of stuff, and then she'd come back and then she'd like ask me questions. She's like,
So
well, I read
cute.
this, so what is this? And like about the divisions and about how competitions work and about how people pay for cheer and like the financial side, and like she even when we went to Florida for Summit, she went online and got like looked up on Varsity TV our Summit routine and watched our Summit routine both days.
Pat,
And then
you're
when I
so
got home,
sweet.
she talked about it and we like chatted about the whole competition and stuff like that. But yeah, so just like people wanting to learn more about it that have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It is cool. I love that. Hot take questions. Shall we begin?
Yeah.
Okay. What's one thing you miss about being an athlete?
Just about everything. I miss, like, I don't know.
I miss competing. I miss like that feeling. Like I miss like the little like feelings, like the feeling before you go on stage and like that team before you, like they're in their dance and like the feeling you get. Like I miss that, and I miss like the feeling of like walking off stage, like knowing you just hit like the best routine of your life, and like the feeling of like when you hit your stunt for the first. Like I miss like the feelings because like there's a lot of feelings you have now as a coach, but it's like doing it and being on the floor. I miss like so much.
Or like the night before, like you get to your hotel.
Yes.
Like, the things like that.
Running
like,
around like the hallways, like with your friends.
The night before you like lay out your uniform and lay out like things and like you like gotta wake up early.
Yeah.
Or like the morning you're getting ready, like I don't know, things like that.
It's like the little thing. It's like the fun things, but I don't think it'd be that fun as an adult because I'm kind of old and in pain.
I think about it from time to time. I have yet to make any commitments, so for now we stay coaching.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah, but it's fun. Sometimes me, Liv, and Jaden will go stunt in the gym and just like try some things, and I think it also us like physically doing cheerleading helps my brain think about things when I'm coaching, because sometimes when I'm coaching it's like reading. If I just read something I have no idea what's like I have to reread it and reread it and reread it. But if I'm physically doing it or like writing it or whatever, it's like it sticks in my like I get it. Like,
I noticed like as I became a coach, when I would go to like stunt and do stuff, I was like I have better technique now than I ever had when I was an athlete, because I'm thinking of the things I've like told this kid to do 5 million times. Like I'm doing it now. Only took 20 years, but whatever.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. What's one thing you definitely do not miss?
Ooh,
I do not miss like the like hard practices that like we had one practice one time where our team was talking a lot, and we were doing like dismounts or something, and our coach was like, if you guys like cannot stop talking, like we're gonna condition. And we would talk, and then we were told to do something, and like we all weren't doing it right, and she was like, if you guys set out one more time, we're doing 500 push-ups. Like she wanted us to like hold. And our groups, I think it was probably my group, but I think one of our groups literally we set out and we cleaned, and I watched the look in her face, and I later have gotten close with her as I've gotten older, and she was like, well, I couldn't go back on my word. Like, I told you were doing 500 push-ups, and we did 500 push-ups.
That was, like, the other night in the gym.
Yeah.
When they were all... And me and Liv really didn't want to make them start over.
Yeah.
We were doing a lot of conditioning. And...
At what point do you just, like, not eat your words, though? Like,
yeah,
they won't take you seriously.
Seriously. And then that's even harder to, like, make them retake you serious.
Yeah.
And then it's just, like, you're being mean. So, it's hard. What was the question?
What don't you miss about being an athlete?
I don't miss the terrible, sweaty, sticky feeling of after you compete.
In your uniform.
And in your uniform, and you can't take it off for like another 10 hours.
Yeah.
And your hair is so tight, and your makeup is so sticky, and you feel so disgusting, and you're just like a nasty little athlete. Like you just feel like I just like would die to take a shower.
Yeah.
I also don't miss the really uncomfortable rhinestones in every single uniform.
Right.
I don't miss
like the feeling you had when, like, you messed up on stage. Your stunt fell, or
when you
but
know
also,
it's
like,
your fault.
yeah, I don't regret it because it taught me a lot, but I don't miss it because I remember we went to All-Star games one year, and I touched down. I, like, literally fell on my face, and I cried for, like, a week straight and, like, wouldn't come out of my room, and I was so upset. And I just remember it's, like, that feeling sucks. Like, and I think that's why it's better, it's nicer to be an athlete turned to coach because we relate to the kids. Because I've been there when, like, we had an athlete this year. It was her first time going to Palm Springs, and her partner stunt fell, unfortunately, and it's never fallen like that before. Like, they never had something that happened to them like that. And we coach a youth team, and they're young, and I remember we were just like, it's okay, like, mistakes happen. Mistakes are the only way, like, you'll learn from it. And I remember we were like, don't cry, it's okay. Like,
well, and also trying to comfort them. Because I feel like if you are standoffish or if you look upset, then they take it really personally.
For sure.
Like,
I definitely cried, but I told them, I was like, I'm not crying because I'm mad at you. I'm crying because I'm sad for you.
Yeah.
Like, I get so emotional for those kids, but.
Yeah. I'll tell you a quick little story time about Worlds.
Oh, tell me your story time.
It's relating to falling on your face. So anyways, the one time I competed at Worlds, my stunt group, I think I blacked out because I have yet. This was how many years ago? This was 2019.
Yeah.
This was 7 years ago.
That's crazy. That is almost. Oh my gosh.
6 or 7 years ago. And I still have yet to watch the replay of the routine. So I don't know what actually happened, and I don't plan.
You've never watched it?
And
Did you know I watched it?
Everyone watched it.
We had a watch party.
That's what made it so much worse.
Yeah, we had a watch party at Miley's, and I remember we were like, oh my God, Miley's competing.
My stunt group consisted of, the entire team, plus or minus 2 people, were like level 2 athletes, and we're competing level 6. And my stunt group consisted of, we had 4 or 5 stunt groups, and they pulled the front spots off of every group, put them into my group. So I had a stunt group full of front spots, which is fine. Anyways, we're competing, and we get to, like, probably the first stunt sequence, and it's like a diagonal, and, like, I'm at the front, and I don't even know what the stunt was, but it immediately came straight down, flat on the floor, and I was just like, and I didn't. It was this crazy. I'd never competed at Summit. I'd never been to Summit. I'd never been to any. The biggest comp I've been to was like the Vegas comp. At that point.
Oh.
So I am on the world stage with like hundreds of people, and I know that there are so many people at home watching on the TVs, and I was just like, oh my God, mortified. And then I was in that stunt, and then baskets. Baskets were fine. It was just a kick double. And then pyramid. Oh, I should also add, nothing was actually level appropriate, except for the baskets. I think we did like a switch up.
I remember you guys did a show and go at one point.
There was lots of show and
yeah.
goes, lots of stuff like that. Yeah, but nothing was like level appropriate. So that almost makes it worse, but whatever. Yeah, 8. And then, I can't say that.
8. Ate the mat. She ate the mat.
I ate the mat. And then we get to pyramid, ate the mat again. And I got off the floor, and I don't think I've ever cried so hard in my entire life. I was I don't think I could breathe. I was bawling so hard. And then I get off the mat, and you have to walk. It's kind of like Summit. You have to walk, like, back through warm-ups.
Yeah.
So you get off the stage and you go back the rumps to get like your bags and like your medals and stuff like that. And so you walk back to warm-ups and Code Black.
Oh gosh. For those who are not cheerleaders, Code Black is like an amazing non-tumbling team.
Yeah. So I'm like sobbing, bawling my eyes out, and this girl I have no idea who she was. This girl on Code Black like gave me a hug and was like, she was really sweet.
I didn't know that. That's nice.
And I was like, that's really sweet. I'm like, who are you? I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm like, I don't know who you are. And then I get my medal, I like walk out, and my mom and my aunt were there, and I was like, sob. I swear I sobbed for like 2 full weeks about that. Yeah, but I've never watched the video.
So I don't think she misses that.
Don't Google the video.
Oh,
please.
No. Yeah. Don't do that.
I mean, you can actually, but don't show me.
Don't tell her you did it.
No, I don't want to know. I want to delete it.
Yeah.
Off of the internet, forever and ever and ever. But I was just so little. I would think it was just like a shocking.
Yeah.
And I'd never really like fallen like that at a competition.
Yeah. Of course, it happened at Worlds.
Right.
No worries. You'll be back one day.
Right.
What is your biggest cheer pet peeve as a coach now? I'll say mine.
Mm-hmm.
I love my parents. I love my cheer parents so much. But my biggest pet peeve is when little Sally does not have the skills, the mental, should not be on a team, and this mother or father or auntie or uncle or granny or grandpa comes in demanding and is texting and is calling, demanding their kid needs to be on this team. The parents that think they know more than the coaches do. The parents that think their kid needs to be front and center or their kid needs to be a flyer. She don't even have a heel stretch.
That's the one that gets me.
All
the parents want their kids to be a flyer.
All of them.
And I love them for it.
Yeah.
It's a very
flying is fun.
Position.
But so is basing.
And flying is unfortunately quite difficult.
It is.
And a lot of parents don't they just think it's like their kids getting thrown around in the air.
Yeah. And I always say cheer is, not I always say, I didn't make this up. I think I watched that Cheerleaders Smell show, and I got this from Eddie probably, that cheer is 90% mental and 10% physical.
Yeah.
And sometimes a kid's just not ready for flying. It's a lot of pressure. And it's
unfortunate because it's pressure from not only athletes but from other parents.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Then there becomes
that's another pet
drama
peeve.
of your kid's flying and your kid is terrible and my kid should be in the air instead. And then it gets back to the kid and then the kids are fighting and it's like a train wreck.
So maybe my pet peeve is parents. But I like the good ones. There are good ones out there. And I do appreciate you. My pet peeve is bad parents. That's a good way to put it.
My pet peeve? I hate a lazy athlete.
I know you do.
I hate, and I try really hard to not show it. But if there's it just really irks me. I don't know. It's one of those sports that you just can't be lazy in or someone's gonna get hurt.
Yes.
And it always ends up someone gets hurt, and I'm like, well, you were lazy. But I can't say that to a kid. So then I have to I have to filter my thoughts. But ultimately,
yeah,
someone's gonna get hurt if you're lazy and don't do your job, or the kids that don't take the correction. If I give a correction that's purely safety based, you need to hold the foot this way because if you don't, she's gonna fall.
Yeah.
And then they're I can see it in their head. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I can just see that they're not paying attention or not listening or don't care, and I don't like to have to repeat myself hundreds of times just for them to get a safety correction.
Yeah.
But it's if you, I'm not trying to pick on you and be fix your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Your grip sucks, but I just don't want people to get hurt. I don't know.
I also hate
Sue me.
A non-voluminous ponytail. If your hair doesn't have volume, hate it.
I hate a sloppy pony.
Hate.
Hate. I hate wispies. Actually, that's a lie. I hate the fluff that the kids have because they still have baby hair.
Glue those down. Got to be glued. Sponsor us.
glue that hair down. I maybe, but I would just prefer if it's not gonna look good, just put it all up.
Yeah.
Put it all up. Unless you're a senior team. Seniors do whatever they want with their hair, but if you're a child, put your dang hair up. I hate the low pony.
I do hate a low pony.
I
think it can be creative with the braids and the things, but if you're
How
just...
do we feel about comp hair buns?
I'm really not trying to offend anyone here.
This is no hate to any program.
This is no hate. I understand. It can be cleaner on stage. Mm-hmm. I personally, if Jaden Hilton and Jennifer Porter walked into the gym and said, you guys are wearing buns, I would say, well, here's the thing. I have a 5 head. I'm going to look like an egg on stage. Do you want that for me?
Yeah.
So personally, if I was told I had to wear a bun, that would be a deal breaker.
For like a tiny team, I could
Cute.
see like 2 little buns.
Yes.
Being cute,
Adorable.
Little bows or something. But like a senior team or a junior team, I don't think a bun is appropriate.
I don't love a bun, but it's okay if you do, and I'm happy for you. I don't.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Nope, not my circus, not my monkeys.
And let's hope it's never.
Our circus or monkeys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at my feet.
It's okay, but mine probably look the same. Stunt group red flags.
Oh.
A base or back spot, or even flyers, but like that can't take accountability. Like, I did something wrong. I missed my grip. I did this. Like, that can't take accountability. Be like, you know what? I messed up. Like, if it's always an excuse, it's always someone else's fault. That's a red flag for me because it messes up the whole group. Because it's like, the flyer's always like, well, I'm always being yelled at by my freaking main base. So what do I do now?
My red flag is a base or a back spot that scream. This is more flyer directed for this one, but squeeze, lock out, squeeze. Get your dang grips and shut up.
Right. I'll squeeze when you help me squeeze.
Yeah, like I can't, no one can stand if you only have my pinky toe.
No, literally.
Let's just be honest.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Practice wear, cute or chaotic? Cute. I love practice wear.
I love when they all wear it.
Yeah, I love it when we're very we're very adamant on doing it this year because we didn't focus too much on it last year. We think practices and things they're doing go well and look better to the eye and to the camera when they all are wearing the same thing. So we are assigning this year all black on Mondays, and then Thursdays you can wear black or pink because our gym colors are black and pink. They can wear black or pink, and then once we get our practice wear in, they'll be wearing practice wear on Thursdays. And then hair always has to be high pony with a bow. I think I'm really liking that this year. I think it boosts the morale of them because they just get to like come to practice and feel like cute, like instead of.
It also prepares them good for comps.
Yes.
We had a couple situations last year with the high ponies. They weren't a fan once they got the comp. And it was like because all season at practice they all wore low ponies.
Yeah.
So it was like a switch at comp to suddenly have to have their hair that high for that many hours for that long. So we're getting them started now.
Yeah.
So no complaints.
And I'm liking it.
Yeah, and I mean I feel like it's easier for my brain to function when I can just
100%. 100%.
There's not bright yellow and neon. That's the same colors. There's not. You get what I'm saying?
Bright yellow and a peach.
Yeah, there's not like 400 colors going on.
Yeah. Unpopular cheer opinion. Go.
I hate high top shoes.
Oh.
I hate
Do you
them.
have a reason?
I think they look like basketball shoes. I think they look chunky. I think they look... I don't really get the point. I understand ankle support, but there's a large chunk of high top cheer shoes that are fabric based.
Yeah.
Ankles. And it doesn't make sense because it is not protecting an ankle. It is limiting range of motion, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
Perhaps there's a science behind it that I'm unaware of, but
Perhaps.
for right now, that's my stance on that.
I don't know what's an unpopular cheer opinion that I have.
Although, however, our cheer shoes, I don't know if I'd consider those high tops.
Our cheer shoes are like a cheer shoe, and then it kind of looks like they're wearing like ankle socks. Like the top of it is like just looks like a sock.
Which I like, but I do not like when teams then on top of the sock shoe add a sock.
Oh, yeah.
That happened last year. There was a sock added to the already looking ankle sock, and it was like a double sock moment.
Sorry, I'm adjusting.
Like almost like a, I wasn't a fan. This is Pumpkin, everyone. Say hi. I was really hoping she'd meow. Say hi. Meow. Say hi. She is my emotional support animal.
She is her pride and joy.
She's my friend.
They hang out.
We do hang out. She's 8 or not.
How darling are you?
Oh,
Now she's my friend.
oh my gosh. Are you getting this? Angel.
All right. Well, I guess that's where our journey ends.
Thank
for
you
today.
so much for tuning in to our first episode.
Yeah, I think we're here to yap. And if you have a different opinion than us, that's totally
Please.
okay.
Inform us.
Tell us.
We love to stay updated on cheerleading
Yeah,
news.
I love different videos.
You want us to, there's a hot take you have? Let me know.
Yeah,
Let us know.
I want to hear it.
All right. Thanks for
Bye.
listening. Bye.